Most people think adding AI to the website means adding a chatbot in the bottom right corner. But that is the wrong starting point. A portfolio website, a SaaS website, an e commerce store, a blog, and an agency website do not need the same AI agent because these websites are not trying to do the same job. A portfolio website is trying to build trust. A SaaS website is trying to explain the value and convert the right users. An e commerce website is trying to help people find and buy the right product. A blog is trying to help readers discover and consume useful content. And a service business or an agency website is trying to qualify leads and start a conversation. So the real question is not how do I add AI to my website? The better question is what job should AI do on this specific website? That is what we are going to break down in this video. Hi, I'm Mahadev, and I build AI workflows, website AI agents, and practical automation systems that connect tools like CRMs, content platforms, and business processes. In this video, I'll explain what AI on a website actually means. Then we'll go website by website. We'll look at the portfolio websites, SaaS websites, e commerce stores, blogs and media websites, and services businesses or agency websites. For each one, I'll show you what kind of AI agent makes sense, what job it should do, and what features it should have, and what you should build first as an MVP. The goal is not to add AI just because it looks modern or cool. The goal is to add AI where your website already has friction. By the end of this video, you would have a much clearer idea of what kind of AI agent makes sense for your website, your product, or your client's businesses. When people hear AI website, they usually imagine a chatbot. And to be fair, chatbot is often the visible part. It is the interface people interact with, but the chatbot is not the real product. The real product is the job happening behind that interface. AI on a website can mean different things. And it can be an AI search assistant that helps visitors find right page. It can be a product recommender that helps customers choose between different options. It can be a lead qualifier that can ask questions before someone books a call. It can be an onboarding guide that explains how a SaaS product works. It can be a content discovery assistant that summarizes articles and recommends what to read next. It can be a support assistant that answers basic questions. It can even trigger workflows in the backend, like creating a CRM record, sending an email, creating a support ticket, or preparing a consultation summary. So, when you think about using AI on a website, don't start with the interface, start with the job. Ask, what is the visitor trying to do? Where are they getting stuck? What information do they need? What decisions are they trying to make? What kind of action should happen after the AI helps them? That is the difference between a random chatbot and a useful website AI agent. A random chatbot says, "Hi, how can I help you?" Useful AI agent says, "I understand what this website is for. I understand what this visitor might need, and I can guide them to the next useful step." Once you think like this, the next point becomes obvious. Different websites need different kind of AI agents. Every website has a business model behind it, and the business model decides what kind of AI agent makes sense. A portfolio website is mostly trying to build trust, so the AI agent should help visitors understand the person's work, project, skills, and experience. A SaaS website is trying to explain a product and convert the right users. So the AI agent should guide visitors to the right use cases, features, pricing plans, demo, or onboarding path. An e-commerce website is trying to help customers buy the right product. So the AI agent should help with product discovery, comparison, fit, compatibility, and recommendations. A blog or media website is trying to help people learn, discover content, and go deeper into the archive. So the AI agent should summarize, recommend, explain, and create reading paths. A service business or an agency website is trying to convert visitors into qualified leads. So the AI agent should ask questions, discovery questions, understand the problem, recommend a service, and prepare the lead for a sales conversion. This is the core idea of this video. Don't add AI just because it looks impressive or trendy. Add AI where it meaningfully supports what the website is already designed to do. With that in mind, let's break it down step by step. Let's start with the portfolio websites. A portfolio website does not need a generic support chatbot. A job of a portfolio website is to build trust. It should help someone quickly understand who you are, what you have built, what you know, and what problems can you solve, and why should they believe in you. This is where an AI agent can be very useful. Instead of forcing a visitor to browse your resume, blogs, case studies, project pages, service pages, and LinkedIn links, your AI agent can act like a personal work assistant. Imagine when someone lands on your website and asks, what are your best AI workflow projects? Have you built anything with RAG? What kind of CRM automation work have you done? Show me projects relevant to SaaS founders. Summarize your background in product management and AI. Which project should read first? That is a much more useful than a generic chatbot. For example, on my own website, you can check the link in description. An assistant like Ask Mahadev could answer questions about my AI projects, my blog posts, my CRM hygiene work, my meeting notes to task workflow, my RAG experiments, or my website AI integration projects. The visitor does not need to know where everything is. They can simply ask, and the agent can guide them to the most relevant proof. This matters because portfolio websites usually have a discovery problem. The proof exists, but the visitor may not see it. Maybe your best project is buried 3 pages down, and maybe your blog explains your thinking, but the visitor lands on your homepage and never sees it. Maybe you have 5 case studies, but the only one is relevant for the visitor. A portfolio agent solves this by connecting the visitor's intent to your evidence. The best MVP here is not a fully autonomous agent. The best MVP is ask me about my work. That is it. And AI should be trained on your resume, project pages, blogs, case studies, services, and maybe a few FAQs. It should quickly answer questions with links to relevant pages. It should help visitors discover the strongest proof. And when the visitor is ready, it should guide them to a contact form, booking link, or a service page. The mistake would be building a chatbot that tries to answer everything. The better move is to build an assistant that helps visitors understand your work faster because on a portfolio website, AI's job is not to support. AI's job is to build trust. Now let's talk about integrating AI into SaaS websites. A SaaS website has a very different job. Most SaaS visitors arrive with a question like, is this product for me? What does it actually do? How is it different from competitors? Does it support my use case? What plan should I choose? Does it integrate with the tools I already use? Do I need to talk to sales? Can I try it for myself? A SaaS website usually has a lot of information: feature pages, pricing pages, comparison pages, docs, case studies, onboarding guides, and help articles. But visitors still get confused. They don't always know which page to read. That is where SaaS AI agents become useful. The best AI rule for a SaaS website is product guide or an onboarding assistant. This agent should help the visitors connect their problem to the product's capabilities. For example, someone could ask, what plan is best for a 20% sales team? Can this integrate with HubSpot? Show me use cases for agencies. How is this different from Notion AI? Do I need a demo or can I start with the free plan? Can this solve my reporting workflow? Now, a weak AI chatbot would simply answer based on FAQs, but a strong SaaS AI agent would do something more valuable. It would qualify intent. A pricing question, an integration question, a security question, and a competitor comparison question are not the same signal. They tell you different things about the visitor. A pricing question may indicate buying intent. An integration question indicates operational fit. A security question may indicate an enterprise buyer. And how does it work question may indicate an early stage evaluator. So the AI agent should not only answer the question, it should understand what kind of visitor this is and guide them to the next right step. For SaaS, one of the best MVPs is a use case recommender. The agent asks a few simple questions. What kind of company are you? What problem are you trying to solve? How big is your team? And what tools do you use today? What are you trying to improve? Based on those answers, it recommends a relevant use case, a feature page, a pricing plan, a case study, a demo CTA, or an onboarding path. This is much better than making every visitor figure things out alone because SaaS websites often suffer from explanation overload. Too many features, too many pages, too many claims, and too many plans. AI can make this experience more guided. But there is one important warning. Do not start by building a complex autonomous sales agent. Start with a guided assistant. Let it recommend, let it explain, let it route, and let it capture basic intent. Then, later, once you know it is useful, you can connect it to CRM, email, support, analytics, onboarding, and sales workflows. For SaaS websites, AI's job is clarity and conversion, not just chat. E-commerce websites have a completely different problem. They're not mainly trying to explain your professional background. They're not mainly trying to qualify demo requests. They're trying to help customers find the right product and buy with confidence. So the AI agents for e-commerce should behave like a shopping assistant, not a generic chatbot. Imagine you visit an online store and instead of scrolling through 80 products, you can ask, I need a laptop under $1,000 for video editing. Find me a gift for my brother under $100. Which skincare product is best for oily skin? Compare these two running shoes. Will this accessory work with my iPhone? What is the best option for a beginner? That is where e commerce AI becomes powerful. It reduces decision fatigue, and decision fatigue is one of the biggest problems in e commerce. So, before using AI integration into e-commerce website, users scroll through many products, users open multiple tabs, user gets confused, they leave. And after using AI integration, users can describe what they need. AI narrows down the catalog, it compares the top options, it evaluates and explains the recommendation. User would move closer towards checkout. So, the best e commerce AI agent does not just search products, it helps the customer choose. That means it needs to understand the customer intent, product attributes, constraints, preferences, and trade offs. For example, if someone says, I need a laptop for gaming and video editing, the agent should know the RAM, the processor, GPU, display quality, and storage matter. If someone says, I need a skincare product for oily skins, the agent should know that skin type, ingredients, sensitivity, and usage matter. If someone says, I need a gift, the agent should ask who the gift is for, what is the occasion, what kind of budget you are looking for, and what preferences you have. Therefore, a good e commerce AI agent can help with product discovery, product comparison, size and fit guidance, compatibility questions, gift recommendations, ingredient or material explanations, return reduction, cart recovery, and post purchase support. But again, for an MVP, don't start with everything. The best first MVP is a product finder assistant. It should ask what the customer is looking for. It should search a product catalog. It should recommend 3 to 5 products. It should explain why each product is relevant. It should link directly to the product pages. And it should support simple comparisons. So, for an MVP, one should avoid starting with fully autonomous checkout. Avoid starting with a massive personalization engine. Avoid starting with a voice shopping. Start with a simple product discovery. Because e commerce AI's first job is simple, help the customer move from too many options to this is the right product for me. Now, let's talk about blogs, media websites, and content heavy websites. These websites have another problem content discovery. The issue is usually not lack of information. The issue is too much information. A reader lands on the article, but they may not know what to read next. They may not understand a concept. They may want a summary. They may want related articles. They may want a learning path. They may want to compare ideas across multiple posts. This is where a blog AI agent becomes useful. So, for a blog, the AI agent should behave like a content discovery assistant or a research assistant. It can help readers ask, summarize this article. What are the key takeaways? Explain this concept simply. Show me related posts on AI agents. Create a beginner learning path for this blog. What should I read next? What are the main arguments across this post? Turn this article into notes. This is especially useful for technical blogs, educational blogs, personal knowledge sites, research based content, and niche media websites. Without AI, a blog can feel like a maze. The reader lands on one article, reads it, maybe scrolls it a bit, and then leaves. With AI, one article can become an entry point into your entire knowledge base. The assistant can say, you're reading about AI agents. Before this, read the beginner's guide. After this, read the RAG tutorial. Then, read the workflow automation case study. Then, subscribe to the newsletter. That changes the role of a blog. It is no longer just a collection of articles, it becomes an interactive learning system. For a blog or media website, the best MVP is article Q&A plus related content. The AI should be able to summarize current articles, answer questions from that article, recommend related articles, create a reading path, and link back to the sources. This is a very practical AI feature because it improves the reader experience without requiring complex backend automation. And it can also help the site owner. You can learn what readers are asking. You can see which topics create confusion. You can identify content gaps. You can turn reader questions into future articles. So for blogs, AI's job is not to replace the content. AI's job is to help readers get more value from the content. Now, let's talk about service businesses and agencies. This could be a marketing agency, an AI automation consultant, a design studio, a software development agency, a consulting firm, a legal service, a financial advisory business, or almost any service based website. The job of this website is usually to start a sales conversation. But here is the problem: most agency websites are passive. They say, here are our services, here are our case studies, here is our contact form, book a call. But the visitor may not know which service they need. They may not know how to explain their problem. They may not know whether they are a good fit. And the agency often receives vague inquiries like, I need help with automation. I want to improve my website. I need more leads. I want to use AI. This is not enough context for a useful sales conversation. This is where AI discovery assistant is powerful. The agent should behave like a junior consultant. It should ask, what are you trying to improve? What business are you in? What tools do you currently use? What process is broken today? What is expected outcome? What is your timeline? What is your budget range? Do you already have an existing system? Based on these answers, it can recommend the right service. For example, you may need a RAG assistant, you may need a lead qualification workflow, you may need CRM hygiene automation, you may need AI content workflow, you may need a website AI agent, you may not need AI at all, you may just need a better form of workflow. The real value here is not the chat. The real value is what happens after the chat. AI can create a structured lead summary before the first call. So instead of joining the discovery call with no context, the agency already knows who the client is, what problem they have, and what system they use, and what they need to improve, what is the possible solution, and what questions still need to be answered. For service businesses, the best MVP is an AI discovery assistant. It should ask about the business problem, capture company type, capture the budget and timeline, recommend a relevant service, generate a consultation summary, and offer a booking CTA. Therefore, for agencies, AI's job is lead qualification. It should turn vague interest into structured context that makes the website more useful for both visitors and the business. Now that we have looked at each website type individually, a clear pattern starts to emerge. Even though these AI agents may look similar on the surface, they're not doing the same job. Yes, many of them use similar technology. They may all have a chat interface. They may use a knowledge base. They may use retrieval. They may connect to product data, blog content, service pages, or CRM systems. They may even use the same LLM API. But what actually matters is not the technology. What matters is that role AI is playing on that specific website. For a portfolio website, AI builds trust. For a SaaS website, AI explains and qualifies. For an e commerce website, AI helps people choose. For a blog, AI guides learning. For an agency website, AI starts the sales process. That is why copying a random chatbot template is usually the wrong move. The template may be the same, but the job should not be the same. The best AI agent is designed around the website's business model. So the question is not, can we add AI? The question is, where does this website already have friction and can AI reduce that friction? Now, if you're starting from zero, don't build the most advanced agent first. Build the smallest AI feature that creates business value. And if you noticed in the previous sections, each website already has a clear starting point. A portfolio website starts with helping visitors explore your work. A SaaS website starts with guiding users to the right use case. And e-commerce stores start with helping customers find the right product. A blog starts with helping readers understand and navigate content. An agency website starts with qualifying and structuring leads. So your MVP should directly map to the core job. A good website AI MVP should answer three questions. First, what user problem does it solve? Second, what website does it need? Third, what action should happen after the answer? Thus, AI implementation on a website should happen in five levels. In the first level, AI answers basic questions over a website content. In the second level, AI provides valid recommendations. In the third level, AI facilitates lead captures. In fourth level, AI would trigger a certain workflow. In the fifth level, AI can integrate with your CRM, email, analytics, or support integration. Most people try to jump directly to the level 5. They want the AI to answer, recommend, qualify, write to CRM, send emails, book calls, create tickets, and personalize the whole website. But that is too much for the version 1. Start with the assistance before autonomy. And this is exactly what we outlined earlier. For a portfolio website, start with Ask Me About My Work. For a SaaS website, start with Use Case Recommendation. For an e commerce website, start with a Product Finder Assistant. For a blog, start with articles, Q&A, and related content. For an agency website, start with AI discovery and lead qualifications. These MVPs are small enough to build, but useful enough to test. They directly solve the core friction we discussed for each website type. They help you learn what users actually ask. They help you understand where AI is creating value, and they give you a foundation to connect workflows later. So don't start with autonomy. Start with a useful assistant that matches your website's job. Then add workflows, add memory, add CRM or analytics, and add deeper personalization later. This is much better path than launching complicated AI agent that nobody uses. So the main takeaway is simple. Different websites need different AI agents. A portfolio needs trust. A SaaS website needs clarity. An e-commerce store needs product discovery. A blog needs content navigation. An agency website needs lead qualification. The best AI feature is not the most impressive one. It is the one that matches the job your website already needs to do. So before you ask, how do I add AI to my website? You need to ask, what job should AI do here? Because once you answer that question, the right MVP becomes much easier to build. In the next video, I'll take one of these ideas and break down how to build a real website AI agent MVP. including the data source, architecture, prompt, workflow, and website experience. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and let me know in the comments what kind of AI agent you're thinking of building. I'll see you in the next one.